This weekend, we're doing a last-minute trip in the Haliburton Water Trails, which is one of my favorite local places to paddle. I've seen most of it over the years, but I've never seen the lake we're heading to, so could be interesting. When we were trying to do the bookings for this, it was pretty much booked up. Cat Lake seemed to be completely vacant, so as far as we can tell, we're going to have the lake all to ourselves. A little bit busier than the spot on Cakewalk. I should say a little bit busier. A whole lot busier. And it feels like we have a bit of headwind. Oh well, we don't have that far to go. I think it's a 4 or 5 kilometer paddle and a 1 kilometer portage, so shouldn't be too bad. A lot of the lakes in this area are dam controlled, so you can see the extreme changes along the shoreline, probably up to 3 or 4 feet. The change makes a huge difference in the length of the portage and what the scenery around you looks like. One thing that always blows me away in this area is how epic some of the scenery is. See the water level changes pretty clearly right there. It leaves a lot of stumps and stuff exposed. The Haliburton Water Trails encompasses over 26,000 hectares of backcountry terrain and is divided into 2 separate sections, the Frost Center and the Poker Lakes. With over 60 lakes, 171 campsites, and 70 portages, there is no lack of canoe route options. Paddling over here, I could see that beach from a mile away, and I was wondering, is that the portage slash apparently gigantic campsite that I see on the map? Fortunately, it's not. I mean, that would be one epic campsite, but looks like we're coming up on the campsite now. And it is a bit of a beach, just not as nice as that. Is it lucky? More signs of the sudden changes in the water levels, or at least one big historical change. This would be a sweet site if you had a group big enough to accommodate it. They wouldn't let us book this site. Yeah, we'd need a few more people. Wasn't aware trees grew like that. One thing you'll appreciate if you haven't paddled the Haliburton Water Trails is that everything's signed very well. Very easy to follow, and there's very little confusion in my experience.
So far, it seems like we're just following a trail around a marsh, but someone made it through the forest, which is really nice. This portage is kind of magical. It's like mossy forest. There's a little bridge over here, and tiny waterfalls. I'll show you.
Well, I just committed a classic Ryan move. I disconnected the removable yoke from my boat, sat there, talked to Castle for a minute, and then proceeded to leave the yoke sitting on top of my canoe and walk half the portage back before I realized. I figured this time it was worth coming back and grabbing it, because it's almost a kilometer and Castle's boat is not fun to carry without this thing.
Yeah, I'm just fully taking this log with me.
Sometimes you might experience a bit of a log jam with the portage, end of the portage, start of the portage, whatever. A lot of times you can move them. Let's see if we can move this one. If it stays like that, I'm sure the next person will appreciate it. Well, welcome to Cat Lake.
Meow.
Looks like we might have missed the sunset on our site somehow already. bit tricky finding parking on this site, but it looks like a nice site. One of the good things about Haliburton, I might have mentioned this before, is that you can preview the site, so we knew it was kind of good, and from the orientation we'd probably get a sunset and a sunrise. Let's check her out. Looks like a well-used site. Nice fire pit. Loving this countertop right here. Possibly the only site on the lake with a view of the sunset. Yeah, that might be as good as it gets. There might be another site on the other side of the lake that has a little bit better view. Like the granite countertop. Love it. I always like to explore the campsite when you first get there. Lets you know what amenities your hotel is offering. Somebody left an old sleigh behind. She's toy. Probably one of the tighter spots we've ever set the tent up in. Not much room for activities. Now to see if I can find some firewood. The problem usually with sites like this, where they're fairly easy to get to, is that the firewood's picked over, so unless there's a pile of firewood sitting at the site when you get there, you're probably going deep into the forest to try and find some firewood that's worth it. Nona, do I come get firewood? Yeah, like I suspected. Very picked over and very shaded, so everything's punky back there. Makes it not ideal for firewood. I had to carry this one pretty far, but this is generally what I look for, is some kind of big piece of either standing deadwood or something that's propped off the ground by another tree that keeps it dry, and it's usually better off. I mean, better yet if you can have one that's on the shoreline sitting in the sun all day. Those are usually your best bets for easy firewood without too much processing work, but still gonna have to break this one down, that's for sure. And I never bring a saw or a hatchet unless I'm winter camping, so I just use the 2-tree method. If you're going to do that trick, just always pry at your waist. You don't want to push it out in front of you and have it spring back. It's smoky in the face. It's not going to be a good time. Keep it low, keep it away from your face, and just use your waist, so if it springs back, it's just going to kind of push you back. But I wouldn't suggest taking a run at it either. It's never a good idea.
Okay, so since Ryan's stove is currently out of commission, we are using my stove. This thing doesn't seem to want to work anymore, but you can still light it normal. Tonight we are having harvest chicken rice with chicken and some vegetables I grew from the garden and dehydrated, so it's kind of exciting. Full circle.
I've already tasted some of the vegetables, but not dehydrated yet. One of my favorite things about coming out here is just waking up a little bit early, taking the time to watch the morning unfold. Nothing quite beats it. The fog rolling off the lake, the sound of the birds, before the wind for the day picks up and kind of masks it all away. And that first shot of sunshine over the trees. It's magic, man. No, check. gonna go do a tour of the lake. I'm gonna do a bit of fishing, which means Nona's gonna go in her mom's boat. This should be interesting.
Wait, the whole time.
She's only ever been in Castle's boat one time, so let's see how this goes.
Okay, am I bracing enough?
Yep. Okay, you're going in your mom's boat. Good girl. Good girl.
Okay, sit.
You'll sit.
Sit.
What do you think of mommy's boat, Nona?
There's a weird bar in here.
Oh, I always forget how light the boat feels. There's no gear in it. Castle found a rock doorway. Pretty neat rock formation, really. Wonder where it leads to. If video games have taught me anything, it's that there's a temple behind this wall. So we're paddling around the edge of the lake and we stumbled across this fairly obvious looking trail. And it's not an official portage or anything, but it definitely looks like a trail. So we're gonna see where it goes, because looks like it could head over to Black Cat, I think. I don't have the map on me, but leading kind of in that direction if my memory serves me right. So that'd be interesting if there was a non-official portage over to Black Cat. Well, the trail didn't seem to lead to anything, just a little pond. So I'm assuming it was just a beaver run. Beaver coming down, grabbing sticks for building his little dam on the pond. Fishing has not been very productive. I haven't even got a nibble. It was interesting this morning. I could see them hitting the top water. So I'd throw a line out whenever I saw one hit the surface, throwing Senkos, fake worms. And none of them would take it. I had one come up after it on the retrieve, but I feel like it was just a reactionary thing for it. I mean, it's difficult. We've had kind of a whole week of cooler weather, and now it's just starting to pick up temperature again. So when you're in a transitionary period, they always drop off in the bite. Not usually this bad though.
We found 2 sets of pine and cedar trees on the site.
17 away from 1,000.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You could be the 1,000th subscriber! Follow more details. I don't know what the prize is yet, but it's great.
She seems like she's drunk, but she's not the drunk one.
This is water.
That's vodka. That's
whiskey.
vodka. What are you talking about?
Ew, I would never drink vodka. All right, so we are just cold soaking some of the vegetables that I grew in our garden and then dehydrated, and then we'll cook them. I think it'll give it a better chance. Just the peas were a little bit hard last time. Nona's helping. And then I'm making kind of like a shepherd's pie, so the key ingredient is some instant potatoes. And I didn't get around to dehydrating our chicken this time because I didn't have time, so it's just canned. It tends to taste a bit better once we've dehydrated it, but you know, when you're camping, it's fine either way. Ryan started the fire. Send help. Oh my God, he's awake. Look who's up.
Good morning. We're all packed up and ready to go. It was a good trip. Super easy experience for us, that's for sure. It was nice having the whole lake to ourselves. I don't regret booking this. But would I come back here? I wouldn't be in a rush to. Not the nicest lake, but yeah, nice to have a bit of solitude in that. I'm still kind of confused why there was nobody else on the lake, because we did see other paddlers pass on through. Anyways, it's gonna be a long, arduous paddle back to the put-in. Not really, it's pretty easy out. So if you're looking for a good, easy trip to do on just a regular weekend, this might be the spot for you. Get away. No. Stay here.
Looks like a plant that would eat you.
That's what I was thinking. It looks like a Venus flytrap or something.
Bye, magical fairy forest. Check out this campsite. Pretty nice.
Oof. For a 1,000-meter portage, it really wasn't that bad. I wouldn't hesitate to do that portage again. It's just long and flat, and actually kind of scenic. If that's your only hesitation on taking this route to get into Cat Lake, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. It's been an interesting paddle out. Kind of surprised we haven't seen a single motorboat yet. Just lots of human-powered boats, which is refreshing, relaxing. Everything from a stand-up paddleboard, kayaks, canoe, and pedal-powered fishing kayak. By the looks of it. Yeah, no. That was a pretty good little weekend adventure. If you're looking for something easy to do on a short weekend, definitely check this route out. Now get out there for some adventures of your own. They're waiting for you.